Okay, so the purpose of the demo today is to demonstrate the use of long-range radio transmission techniques to transmit some data that is processed at the edge. So for this we will use a Raspberry Pi 3 B Plus, I think it is, with a neural computer stick from Intel 2, neural computer stick 2. The Raspberry Pi is connected to an Arduino that is used simply to process the serial information and send it through LoRa. You can interface the LoRa directly with the Raspberry Pi, but there were some problems there, so I kind of gave up for the moment at that, and I'm using it just using it through the Arduino, which I know that it works because it's already tested. So I try to position somehow those things around so we can see them a little bit better. Okay, so we have this LoRa here, and then there is a camera attached to Raspberry Pi that we'll use to identify objects. On the Raspberry Pi we'll run OpenVino with a small piece of code that will do some object detection. It's basically the code that is used in my other project in Alicia, so just still a proof of concept. So it's kind of an older code, and it's kind of using some older OpenVino, some legacy functions and stuff like this, because also the Raspberry Pi it's using an older OpenVino version, just some compatibility issues. So here we'll have a MobileNet, SSD MobileNet network that it will just detect some objects, and then OpenVino will run on the detection algorithm on the NCS, and will output the object detected, and that output is also the text. So the object detected is sent to LoRa, and that is the only information that basically is sent over here to the receiver, receiving LoRa device, and I'll power the receiver. So let's power the Raspberry Pi with a USB from here. Raspberry Pi now it's up and running. I'll move probably the recording to the screen. What I will do, I will SSH into the Raspberry Pi. I will not use the Raspberry Pi directly, so we will be able to see in the same recording, in the same screen on my laptop, the two sides of the receiving and transmission. So one we will have the SSH connection to the Raspberry Pi, that it will Pi 3. Okay, now we're connected on the Raspberry Pi, and also we will have the serial monitor for the LoRa receiver. What I will do, I will just open the serial monitor here for the receiver. We have some garbage data. Now is the data that it's reset. The code for the inference is not very accurate. It was just my ways of testing how I can use OpenVino and the NCS2. So it's just a simple inference running on a model. So, and just detecting some objects. You'll see that the detection is not very accurate, but our purpose now is to see that something that is detected, it's received and all that stuff. So So now the project will run. There is a bit of initialization of the camera and everything. And after that, it will start to show, here we'll start to show some detected objects, and then they will be transmitted and we should receive them in, okay, we have a TV, let's see if we have a person now. So everything that's transmitted on toothbrush, interesting, person, you see, so there is this transmission, and everything it's going just between, let's see if you can see a camera or something. No, still a person because can see me. So this is the demonstration of how we can detect something, objects, or at the edge with any type of a device that we can do an inference, like an SES2 or some other types of VPUs or other devices, and just transmitting that data over LoRa.